relate.
I
can
relate
understand
to. He
you.
does not
He does
have
not.
any concept of
His
your
dad was
position.
wealthy.
Right.
Yeah.
And he has, so it really is an undereducation, because I don't like to call people just completely uneducated. I'll say it's just an undereducation of the true facts of this person. Now, I understand if you do not like people of color, if you do not like people of differing views.
Sexual
You have,
right.
you have the right to.
So, yeah. So if you do not like that, but that's the one person that says, "Oh, I'm gonna, I'm gonna speak against those people too." Then I understand why you went and voted for him. But if you said, "Oh, I'm really voting for him for economic reasons," I don't buy that.
Yeah.
I don't buy that, because some of the many of the Republican strongholds throughout the country have more entitlement programs than anywhere. They have more access to Medicaid and Medicare and the Affordable Care Act. They have more access. I heard the most disturbing statistic. In West Virginia last year, doctors prescribed 434 opioids per person within their state. 434 pills of Vicodin, whatever.
So people are trying to escape. I'm not understanding.
Well, I mean, that's a huge amount of drug addiction, number one, within West Virginia that voted for Donald Trump. Those are also people. But this is relevant because
that is relevant.
They are benefiting from the Affordable Care Act, which he said he was going to repeal and replace, and there's no replacement coming. And the repeal is going to take away per person those 434. I'm not saying each person did it for, but that's how much doctors prescribed within West Virginia to their community. So they have been benefiting from something that President Obama and the Democrats put in place for access to quality health care.
Right.
And now they voted, I don't want to say against themselves, because they voted for whatever reason. I can't say you voted against yourself, but you are now going to have that replaced, or not even replaced, but repealed. And so then, now that you've got an opioid addiction, where do you go from here? Heroin is very cheap. Oh, but Donald Trump says now he wants a new war on drugs. Well, so how does that work? Because the wall doesn't solve that.
Yeah.
Wall doesn't. Mental health issues are not solved by walls.
Right.
And America has an insatiable appetite for narcotics.
Unfortunate.
Because it's so easy accessible. It's almost like people say all the time, like, you can go and tell your doctor, "Oh, I'm feeling this way."
Let me give you a pill.
Boom.
Right?
And then you could sell it. You could do whatever you want with it.
Right.
Wow. Well, speaking of addiction, we're going to talk about another addiction, is the selfie culture.
Oh, are you ready?
We are. Let's do it. I know, right? Actually, we are. I have a note over there to make sure we take a selfie.
Yes.
I take a selfie with my host, so with my guest host. But yeah, it's like we are a selfie culture. And many people have felt that. I wrote a note here where someone had a specific term regarding that. They feel that we're really gotten addicted. We're striving for perfection, and of course that's not possible. Where's this quote?
It's not?
Here? I wrote. I remember reading this on Instagram. I think it was someone I know. They wrote, "They aren't prettier than me. They just have better," what did she put? "Better retouching apps." And I remember, and I actually kind of gotten into the selfie thing the last few months. One of my hosts that I had for my team blog, she kind of taught me, like, "Oh, the light right there on you," or whatever, because she does selfies all the time. She has like 100,000 followers. So I had her teach me, like, because I was like, I just don't get it. And all my pictures turn out awful. But when I look on Instagram, these people have these amazing photos. And then my goddaughter, she showed me the app, one of the apps, I think Facetune. That retouches now. I got it. I just like to do the little smooth, and that's it. Quick smoothing, and that's it. But it's funny because I was always kind of doing mostly did the quotes thing or a news article for my social media. I hardly ever posted a photo because I've never been that big on taking photos myself, maybe because I modeled for so long. And friends of mine, they take photos of everything. But I started doing selfies and I started getting more likes. I'm like, people like this.
Yeah.
Like, and it kind of gets a little bit addicting because I'm like, I'm building my brand. I guess I have to do a selfie.
Yeah.
And then you have to worry about your makeup and your hair and what color. I've done that. Have you guys?
Well, I want to go into what you said about, like, you know, the goal to be perfect and selfies, whatever. But I think social media nowadays, it's a bit frustrating for me knowing that so many people are building careers off of, like, not being perfect. It's just being on social media and whether it's bad-mouthing people or like literally has a 1.1 million followers because all he or she does is literally say, like, what they did to their ex-boyfriends and what they did to their best friends, and it's funny.
Some of them are posting halfway naked photos.
Right, so I'm like, it's people are striving for perfection, but there's also people gaining careers off of being authentically themselves, but almost like, is it a talent? I think I do find talent in being able to keep people entertained. Almost referring back to Kim Kardashian, where people say she has no talent. There's talent in people wanting to come see you because it's not easy, as we all know. As
my life is people, boring. No one wants to be.
I mean, no one cares about what I'm doing or whatever, but they care about what these people who are literally just talking crap about anything, the trees outside.
Right.
But they're getting the views, they're getting the likes, they're getting the following.
So do you think it's a personality thing or just?
I think it's just a generational thing. Because there is a little bit of a backlash. I mean, because really when you look at someone's selfie, I know I've been guilty of saying this, you look the exact same. Every day. What's changed? Did you change it? Yeah, did you change your hair color? Like, did you do something? I mean, and it's not to say, hey, it's not like me saying I don't celebrate you as a beautiful individual on the planet. I just realized that there's nothing. I always want to go, but what else? What else about you? What else? What did you wake up with fire? As my friend said to me, I've got a fire in my belly, and I was like, is that an exotic cocktail or what is that? And because it just sounded so cute. But then I realized, I'm like, but that is really the ultimate question that we're looking for. I think from people to be energized. What's your fire in your belly? Because it's not just this gorgeous picture of you that's been face tuned or sized down or your naked buttocks. Like, by all means, do you, but I don't think that deserves a like from me every time it comes across my timeline. It really doesn't, because there's no message.
Who has time?
There's nothing that tells me to go, gosh, I'm gonna go take a selfie. No.
So I think that maybe some people just have a fan base, because we're here in LA. I know a lot, especially in the Hollywood culture. I have a lot of friends who are actors pursuing acting, and they're losing parts. They're great actors, great talent, but they'll lose a part over someone who has maybe 20,000 followers, but you only have 500. And I have to be honest, when I was looking at my host, when I had my teen blog, the host that I hired, I was more interested in the ones, like the young lady had 100,000 or someone had over. Because if you have a vehicle that you're trying to promote, you possibly can get more
well,
readers.
That's considered influencers, and unfortunately, I think that influencers are a big crock of doo-doo.
Yeah, I agree.
Because numbers don't matter. You can buy 100,000 followers like that. Give me your phone. I can give you 100,000. You can pay for it. That's not engagement. That's just an inflated number.
Well, you'll see that with the number of likes and comments you see on the picture.
I did see that too with a couple people that I had as hosts. They had a lot of followers, and although they posted, oh, I'm doing this red carpet, blah, 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 for teens media, I didn't get followers out of it like I thought I would. So that's a great point.
That's a great point.
And so for me,
they're buying fake followers.
People ask me, because I own a meal delivery service, fitness models will contact me all the time and other brands and say, we'd love to use your products in our on my Instagram or my Facebook. And I'm like, oh, and so what do I get out of it? I'm going to give you my delicious organic free food, and then what do I get for it? Oh, and then I'll go to their pages and look, and I'm like, oh, you have no engagement. You have you've been selling teas that are $10. A basic plan with me starts at $185 a week. So your clients are not my clients. You know, so what am I getting out of this? Just you,
Wow.
just taking a picture with my food and saying that you ate it, and maybe you do, maybe you don't. I don't even know how you really look that way. Like maybe it's genetics that you're so fit, or maybe you're doing something else.
Right.
You know, I'm a very real person, so I really know what's going on in my own fitness community.
Yeah.
So I always say, oh, thanks so much. You know, God bless you guys. Good luck with what you're doing, but that's not me. That's not me.
And what about the
want real
people
clients.
who are actually going to dangerous activities? Like there was a young girl, didn't she she was taking a selfie while driving?
Oh, right.
Was it last year, and she had a major accident?
Yeah.
I mean, then you have people who are falling over. I remember seeing a few videos online of people get into car accidents because they're taking selfies while walking or not paying attention or just, what do you think about that? How can people not be so addicted, I guess? Is it possible?
I read on one of the articles that social media nowadays, people feel pressure to stay active, to stay relevant, to stay, they feel almost like, since everyone nowadays has a smartphone, they feel like if the app's there, like, I should be posting something, I should be writing something, I should be commenting. Sometimes I feel like that. Sometimes I feel like I have to, I mean, living in Los Angeles, you can easily feel so small.
Yeah.
So I feel like sometimes, like if I'm like walking somewhere, like I want to, but there's hazards to it, and there's a lot of things that you need to be careful for, and what's meaningful, what's not, what's authentic, what's not. There's so much deeper. But nowadays, I mean, because there's so many people on social media, even people that have businesses that now, prior that were successful, that are even more successful on social media. So there's a lot of negative things on social media, but social media has gotten people careers, have gotten people to the next level.
True.
It's just on how you use it. How you use it.
And what's interesting, I read that a lot of cultural locations